Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Trackside Broadcasting. It is the big one tonight, the final race of the season, the one which will bring this thrilling campaign to a close. Race 8 of 8, and we are in the beautiful Italy, just north of Milan, at the world famous Autodromo Nazionale Monza at the GP circuit. Thank you for joining us. And thank you again to Tanzo Racing Group and the sponsors, Fresh Rubber and Clark St. James Motorsport, for getting this whole thing going. 15 minutes of qualifying, followed by the 60-minute feature race itself. And tonight, we will find out who takes home the crown and the cash that goes along with it. As always, myself and Jim will be bringing every single bit of action for this one, as we have done all season long. And we are hoping for an absolute cracker to finish it all off. But thank you again, everyone, for joining us here again tonight. But for now, I'm going to get the main man in here with me now, with all the gas and no brakes, all the knowledge and none of the rubbish. Mr. Jim, hi, hello, buonasera, como stai? How are you doing this evening, sir? And I'm going to pre-apologise for my terrible Italian for you.
I am doing very, very good. I mean, it's quite nice to be called the main man. I mean, I wasn't expecting that, but no, I'm doing very good.
Well, Jimmy, after all the knowledge that you do give us, and you know how I feel about your onboard laps, you are the main man. You are the main man, and someone who I absolutely love calling these races with. You're doing all right, though, this evening, buddy.
Oh, very, very good. I mean, I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, Monza's if you know racing, you know Monza, and it's got a lovely
It,
bit of turn one chaos that always tends to happen. But I mean, outside of that, should be some phenomenal racing. So I'm looking forward to it.
we'll get to turn one on lap one very shortly, Jimmy. You know we will, and you know what we've seen in the past few weeks. I'm kind of expecting it again, but we'll have to see what happens, my mate. But Jimmy, as always, do you want to let everybody know what we've got planned for tonight?
Yep. So we're on race 8 of 8, final race of the season. All to play for. I mean, there is a cash prize involved, which we will talk about a little later on. But yeah, so race 8 of 8. The drivers currently are in qualifying, so they're 3 minutes into the 15 minutes qualifying session. They are qualifying on their own, so they can lock in, do the best times possible to get the best spot on the grid. After qualifying, we'll get a brief 5-minute warm-up for the drivers where they can do whatever they want, go back out on track, get some practice laps in, or take a little break, and then we're into the 60-minute race.
It's going to be a good one tonight, Jim, isn't it? I think it's one of those tracks that everybody knows in one way or another. It's Monza, one of those big key Italian tracks, huge in the F1 world. Tifosi know it very well. Everybody else knows it very well. It is a brilliant track. It is fast, it is flowing, and hopefully it's going to give us some real good racing action tonight, my mate. I am looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I mean, fast is an understatement. I mean, what is it called? The Festival of Speed or something like that? I can't remember the actual nickname for the track, but it is just you're flat out for like 90% of it. It's got very few corners, and yeah, there's little chicanes added in to slow the drivers down for safety reasons back when the track first came out. But I mean, it is just so fast. It's unbelievable. It's basically the Daytona equivalent in Europe. So it's a draft circuit. It's big. You can go side by side. I mean, look how wide the track is on that screen. You can go like 3 or 4 cars wide for a lot of it, and yeah, it should lead to some good racing and should be exciting.
It really should, mate. We've got a 60-minute race coming up, 3.6 miles per lap, 11 corners, and you can get some serious speed out of this track. Jimmy, when I saw the track list at the start of the season, I'm not going to lie, some people might say Monza's a little bit boring, but for me, as an actual racetrack, I absolutely love it. And it was one of the ones that I was really looking forward to getting to. Obviously, I'm really disappointed that we're at the end of the season and we're going to see what comes of that today. But on the track, mate, I absolutely love it and cannot speak highly of it enough. It's one of the ones that I look for every time the F1 season comes out. Look for that weekend just so I can make sure I'm not working, I'm not doing anything else. I'm watching it from Friday testing all the way through until Sunday race, mate. And I'm really looking forward to seeing these GT3s go around here. We've seen how these guys race. We know what some of them are capable of. I'm expecting really, really good things out of this today, mate.
Yeah, I mean, there's basically 5 corners, and then the rest of it's just flat out. I mean, that's oversimplification, but it is such a fast track, and yeah, we should see. Well, look at that, Farrah Winter and Wayne Douglas setting the exact same time there. That's pretty cool. Um,
No, Britain, mate, it's one of them. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of these guys very close. Like you said, it's a draft track. We've seen it in a few other races leading up to this one. You can get right up on each other, and you can stick pretty much. You're going to put yourself in the back of the car. You're going to put yourself in the boot of the car in front of you. Really, that's how close you're going to be doing. Pretty much, sit in the back seat of them and just say hello whilst they're going along, towing you along with them. It's going to be brilliant, mate. But like I said, this is race 8 of 8. This is the final. And Jimmy, do you want to remind everybody what they're racing for today?
yep. So there is a prize pool. So P1 with the most overall points this season will get a prize of, and this will go to either a pro or an am, and it just to reward consistency throughout the whole season. The person with the most points overall is going to get £500, and then second with the most points overall will get £100. So big prizes here.
Big prizes, mate. £600. And again, I just want to say thank you to Vector Motorsport for that one. And I'm sure all the drivers do as well for putting it up there. But guys, get them on their socials at Vector Motorsport on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and at Vector Motorsport 297 on Instagram. Give them a like, give them a follow. As well, give a like, give a follow to all of our sponsors, Fresh Rubber and Clark St. James Motorsport, and especially to us here at Trackside as well. But Jimmy, 7.5 minutes on the clock. We've got just over 12 minutes left to go of qualifying. What are we looking at, mate?
I think we're looking at possibly the closest qualifying we've actually seen all season. Look at the times between everyone. I mean, we saw earlier Farah and Wayne setting the exact same times. Now there's 2 100ths of a second split in them, then there's 5 100ths of a second split in the people behind, 8 100ths, 7 100ths, 4 1000ths, and Sam Berry and Harry Hartley Price setting the exact same time again as each other. Like, it is possibly the closest qualifying we're going to have all season,
Oh,
which is going to
oh,
hopefully lead to one of the closest races we've got all season, especially when you can get in that draft of the car behind it. Oh, it's going to be incredible.
Mate, I can hear the excitement in your voice already, and I'm feeling exactly the same on this one. Again, just to mention those times, look how close it is as well. We've seen it on a few other tracks. The qualifying times they have been pretty close, whilst they're all out on their own, but not this close, mate. We're talking thousandths of a second, not just hundredths, thousandths of a second in between some of these guys. You just dropped it a few seconds ago. We should really get a fantastic race here today and a very, very fast one. I think some of these cars could probably need to go 200 plus mile an hour down here, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be one of those ones that I think is going to reward working together. If you can sort of bump draft people along, work as a group, work as a pack, and progress that way, I think it'll do better. Or a little bit of off track there. But I think it's going to be one of those ones that definitely rewards working together. I mean, if you lose that front pack, you get out of that draft, I think you're going to lose so much time overall. It's going to be it's going to be a tough one for these drivers.
Do you think they're gonna be working together a bit more, Jimmy? Because it's not the longest track that we've done, but it is by far probably one of the absolute quickest ones, like you've said already. Do you think these guys are going to be working together? Because if you start to get a gap, yes, the track's not that long, but it's like I said, it's so fast. You don't want to let those guys in front of you get away, do you?
No, not at all. And I think, yeah, you're going to have to play it smart this one. You're not going to be going for every move that you could possibly make. You're going to have to be very, very pick and choosy when you go for that move. You're going to have to work as a group, as a pack, push each other forward, and
Well,
yeah,
like I
I mean,
said, Jimmy, 3.6 miles and 11 corners. It's not big. They need to be working together, I think, to get that going, mate. Personally, they need to keep up with each other because again, last race, mate, it's all to play for this season.
yeah, I think the pit strategy as well is going to make it very difficult because if you are working as a pack, as a group, and pushing each other forward, working together, and then you've got a pit. I think it's going to be very interesting because if the lead person dives into the pits, you want to keep that slipstream. You want to keep as a group. Everyone's going to have to follow them. You can't really communicate between each other. So
No, you can't indeed. But these guys will need to be absolutely locked in tonight. like I said, it's all to play for. They've got the cash prize there. It's the last race of the season. You've got to make it count tonight. We do not start season 11 for a few more weeks. That's going to start, Jimmy, on the March the 16th. So we haven't got too long to wait until we can get going again. But they're going to, I don't think these drivers are going to be too worried about that tonight. Their only focus should be, let's get around Monza and let's have a great race.
Yeah, if anyone's thinking about the next season during this race, I think they they're not going to be putting their all in anyway. But yeah, so qualifying, 3.5 minutes to go. I mean, looking at Harry Seven there, look at his positioning on that leaderboard. He is halfway up those pros at the moment, so he has done phenomenally this season. Peter Duke as well. Vera Winter has been a surprise. And lots of great drivers here this season. So
Well, you just called him, James, Harry Seven. Now, Harry Seven is top of that leaderboard, isn't he, mate? So it's all on him tonight here.
yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up a pro next season. I mean, he's shown that he's that level at the moment.
See, I'm not saying anything about any of the other Rams out there. I'm no negativity out there at all. But Harry Seven has been up there, mixing it with the pros week after week. Like viewers, you can see like the yellow and the blue next to the names. As you all know, yellow is your Rams, blues is your pros. Look at Harry Seven sitting snugly right in the middle of all of those pros up there. And look at the times, how close he is to even getting up even higher. Couple of minutes left. Maybe he's going to do it, maybe not. We don't notice it at the moment, but there's going to be a heck of a race tonight, mate. Absolute heck of a race tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're so close between the timings. So we as in the previous races, we tried to call the timings out as we've gone along, and it's always been that commentator curse of just everyone starts moving around as soon as you start to call it out. So we will wait till the end of qualifying before we say anything.
I'm not saying anything until that checkered flag waves, mate, because for 7 of the last 8 weeks, I've been caught out as soon as I've started to mention anybody's names. I'm not doing it again. I'm not making myself look silly, more silly than I already do anyway. But Jim, I just want to say to the viewers in the chat, guys, hope you're happy to be here with us. Hope you're going to enjoy a great race tonight. Drop us a comment. Let us know who you're backing. If you're someone that's followed this all season long, I'm sure you know these guys very well by now. You know these drivers and what they're capable of, who your top runners are mainly. Give us a shout, guys. Any teams as well, let us know. We will get them all out there for you. There is just over a minute and a half left to go, though, before they do come in.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and strategy-wise for this race, do you want to be in first place? If you've got that much draft behind you, do you want to be qualifying in first, or do you want to be in second and third, and then
Right.
just
I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you there, Jimmy, because there's one thing with Monza, and I'm sure everybody knows it. Turn 1 and turn 2 is going to be absolute carnage. I'm not sure exactly on the total amount of drivers we've got out here, but you can see on the leaderboards at the moment, we've got 20 drivers out there at the moment that we can see. 20 drivers, I think 20 is what we've got. You've got 20 cars behind you. Sorry, 21 cars behind. You've got 21 cars out on track. You've got 20 drivers behind you. I want to be out the front, mate. I don't want nowhere to be involved in maybe a lap 1 drama like we've seen the last couple of races. I'd want to be gone and away. And if there is drama and I'm out there in front, Jimmy, I'm hoping to get my foot down and get a massive lead on. So with that draft like we've been talking about, it's not going to make as much difference initially. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. But I think one thing that they do need to do at Monza, and it's just make that turn 1 wider, because every Monza you watch, there's always some sort of pile up or concertina effect, because it's basically like wide enough barely for 2 cars, and it's just craziness. But yeah, qualifying is over. We'll talk about the track a little bit later.
We'll
So
get
the
into that.
drivers.
Shall we have a look, Jimmy? Shall we see where these drivers have lined up themselves, shall we?
Yep, so they're just doing their 5-minute warm-up at the moment. So starting with qualifying results, we've got Peter Duke in P1, followed by Tafara Winter, then Hayden Young, Wayne Douglas, Harry Hartley-Price. Harry 7 is the P1 in the AMS, but P6 at the moment on track. Then we have Sam Berry, Adam Wilson-Weir, Jared Love, Quinton Clumpert, Matthew Massey, Daniel Paul, Ryan Clark, James Moore, Jordan Butler, Raymond Van Zutphen, Elmer Van Beek, and Christopher Haynes as top 18. Followed by James Vardigans, Sean Clark, and Eddie Grigonis with no time on the board.
Oh, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if Eddie Grigonis comes out. Maybe he just wants to start at the back, Jimmy. Maybe he's thinking, I don't want to be anywhere near that chaos that may come out on turn one. That is something we all need to pay attention to because I do think that is going to be maybe a big part of this race, especially. But Jimmy, we got 4 minutes until these guys line up on track, get their rolling start under the way, and we'll see what happens. But Jim, contenders for tonight on the in the championship. What are we looking at, mate? So, like I said earlier, Harry Seven's controlling it at the minute. He's got to have a real bad race, in my opinion, to pretty much not finish this top of the leaderboard. But anything can happen, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, who have we got at the top three? We've got Harry Seven, Adam Wilson-Weir, and Peter Duke. So they're all going to be battling. I think Harry Seven's, if he can get a good race, get a good result, he's pretty much got it in the bag. I think the P2 is going to be the big battle that we're going to see here between Adam Wilson-Weir and Peter Duke. They are the closest on points, and I think, yeah, we should see some good results. Peter Duke a lot further up the board, but anything can happen. It's a draft track. You're all going to be working like as a group. There's going to be there's nothing between the times. I mean, you could see it after one lap. Adam could be in first place and Peter could be in last. You never know what's going to happen. So
we
yeah,
say it
keep
every
an eye.
week, don't we, Jim? It's a 60-minute race. You've got time. You do not need to get it done on lap one, turn one, and we'll see. We'll literally just have to see how it goes, mate. But we've just got just over 2.5 minutes for that. But we have got a little shout out in the chat there, Jimmy, from a Melanie Young. Hi, Hayden Young for a win today. That is from Hayden's mum and dad. Hi, Melanie. Thank you for joining us, and all the best to him for tonight.
Yeah, nice little shout out. It's great when the family's watching, isn't it? Get that
Another
extra bit
one.
of support behind you.
We've got another one from a Mr. Stephen Maiden. Let's go. He's definitely looking forward to the end of this one. Lots of O's on that go and lots of exclamation marks. I love to see it. Guys, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Let us know what you want to see. It should be a thrilling race. Just over a minute and a half until these guys line up, though.
Yeah, Stephen, who are you rooting for this race? And anyone else who's watching, please feel free to put in chat who you're rooting for, and we'll give them a little shout out on the stream. Yeah, a minute and a half to go. I mean, you can see there's a few drivers out on track, especially we're on board with Tefera Winter at the moment. So clearly getting those extra few laps in, kind of keeping
Last little
warmed
bit
up.
of practice, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's what I always like to do. Just get as much practice in as possible and keep yourself warmed up. It also allows you to kind of get a bit used to that kind of colder tyres, more fuel on board, ready for the race. So you're not going from that qualifying set to straight into the race fuel, and you're not getting used to one setup and then going to another. But anyway, got a big shout out for Adam from Robert Savage. So shout out to you, Adam.
There we go. Marshmallow as well. He's jumping in the chat. Oh, shout out to Team Broadside. Let's go finale. Marshmallow, we love you and we respect you. And we have seen that you have been here week in, week out with us, mate. Thank you for the support. Thank you for that shout out, mate, as well.
Yeah, we do really appreciate everyone that's tuned in over these last few weeks. And yeah, big shout out to anyone that has been commenting in chat and just joining us and just watching.
Now, Jimmy, 20 seconds to go. Quickly remind the viewers at home how they're going to be starting this race, just for anybody new that's joining us tonight.
Yeah, so there'll be a brief rolling start. So the drivers will line up behind the safety car, and they'll do a little outlap, which gives them a chance to do a little bit of weaving, get a bit of heat in those tyres, and then the safety car will go into the pit lane, and then as soon as the lead driver crosses that start-finish line, then that is when they will go.
I can't wait to see. I really can't wait to see what happens out on lap one, Jimmy. I'm so looking forward to it. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. You can see the safety cars already on the track there, and we start to see the cars bobbing up behind. So yeah, dry track, lots of grip. You all right?
No, no, I was just going to say quickly before they go, another one from Marshmallow there. Obviously, trackside broadcasting, but we'll just ignore his brain melting in real time there.
Been a long week. Been a long week.
Very long week. But Jimmy,
Even if it is just a Monday, it is a long week for some.
absolutely. Not everyone's week starts on a Monday, Jim. But while we wait for those last couple of cars to come out on track, mate. Last one from me now, mate. How excited are you for this one?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not a fan of driving a draft track. I find them, as you said it, they're a bit boring to drive for me personally. But I can see why people love them. But to watch them, I think they're the best.
Phenomenal,
They
mate.
they they just make for such great racing. It's just, yeah, absolutely love to
Okay,
watch it. So I'm looking forward to commentate on this one. Hopefully it should
okay
be
then.
a good one. So we'll start to see the cars out here. You see them doing a little bit of wiggling, getting that last little bit of heat in their tyres. Anything extra to help them off the line, you gotta go for it.
Yeah, one thing that I think these guys need to remember again, 60 minutes, like we've already said, like these guys know they need to get some of that heat into them tyres very fast. You do not want to be spinning out very early here like we have seen in previous weeks.
Yeah, I mean that turn one, you're going full speed to just near enough a dead stop. It's such a sharp corner, and which goes
So,
immediately into another sharp corner. So you're going from the fastest you're going on track to the absolute slowest. And when you got cold brakes and cold tires, it makes it a little bit of a challenge. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, these drivers. I mean, yeah, they're all they're all professionals. I mean, we know we got pros and AMs, but they are all very, very. Not sure qualified drivers is the right word, but you know what I mean. They're
mate,
great drivers, and
we know exactly what you mean, Jimmy. All these guys have the skill. They are brilliant drivers, mate. But I'm gonna stop waffling for a moment. Your safety cars come in, you call it, my mate.
yep. So we got Peter Duke leading the way at the moment. So he is the P1 car. So watch him. He's the car in orange at the front right there. As soon as he goes across that start finish straight, we will call it out, and they will be away. So they have just crossed now. Very slow start from Peter Duke there. I think, yeah, they didn't
Little,
quite get away.
I think Hayden a little tap on Peter Duke there in front of him as
There we
well.
go. Now they're across the start finish line. So yeah, I mean, not
Right,
a
what,
great start, but
let's see what's going to happen though, Jimmy. We're coming up to that corner already.
yep, I think they're keeping it very sensible, very safe through there. Keeping it too wide, but no contact. That is, oh, there we go.
Oh,
There's the spin that was always going to happen during a Monza T1. I mean, Tefera Winter pulling away there. Peter Duke dropped down to third place. Hopefully, him and I think it was Hayden that bumped him. Hopefully, they didn't have any damage, and they should be able to carry on as normal.
uh,
Oh,
absolutely, mate.
big
Absolutely.
dive into. Oh, yeah, that was a very, very ambitious dive there from Hayden.
Hayden
Uh,
on a who was that on there, Jim? Was that on Quinton Clumpert? Was it?
oh, I'm not too sure. It was the other orange car. We can yeah, maybe
I'll
take
tell
a
you
look
what.
at that one in a
We'll,
little
we'll go.
bit.
We'll
But
go back and have a little look at that one in a moment or so. We'll sit on board with these guys at the moment. Let them get into the pace, and we'll drop back and have a quick look at that T1 incident, mate. That I think everyone was expecting, and we'll have another look at that one as well. There, but it looks like Jared Love's already in the pit at the moment. Jordan Butler seems to be Oh, no, sorry, not Jordan Butler. Sorry, Quinton Clumpert seems to be out as well. So we'll definitely have to go back and have a look, see what happened there.
yeah, another quick overtake from Hayden. He is wanting to work his way through the field right now.
All right, shall we have a little quick look at what happened with Jared?
Yeah, let's go back and take a quick look, shall we? So we're on board with Jared at the moment. So what
He's your
happens
orange car in
here?
the middle at the moment. So what does happen? Because he's got no one next to him, but he comes across.
Oh, yeah, I think he just tried to sneak up on the inside there. I think he expected Jared to go a bit wider than he thought. I'm not sure why he went to the pit lane. I feel like he could have easily gone back out and worked his way through the field.
Well, he's still sitting in the pits at the moment, so I'm not too sure if he's going to come back out at this point. Because you'd think with his quick pit that he's going to have, he should be back out already. But let's have a look at Christopher Haynes here, who we can see.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that sort of concertina effect of just all the cars bunching up, and I mean, he could have avoided that. He should have been able to see that, but yeah, hopefully not too much damage on the front bumpers there, because on the fastest track that they're going to race all season, you kind of don't really want to be having any aero damage that is going to slow you down. But
There you go. Chat's calling it as well, mate. Lottie Ventures, nearly a spin from Hayden there, but very nice save.
yeah, so yeah, I mean, he did well. Did well, and he is currently in 6th. So
There we go. But
yeah,
let's. Oh, sorry, no, please.
I was going to say the one thing we expected at the beginning is that everyone was going to kind of work together as a group and sort of bunch up and get some sort of racing. But then Tefera 2 seconds ahead of Peter, and Peter's a second ahead of Wayne. There's quite a big spread here, so I wonder if
There you go.
they'll group back up.
Tefera obviously joined us midway through the season, hasn't raced a full season. Impressed me so far coming up into this race, and I tell you, if he carries on up there in P1 and manages to keep hold of it, we've seen a couple of drivers sit in P1 from lap 1 and keep it all the way. But we'll have to see what he does over the next hour, mate. Though, but there's it's just going to be one of those races. But while they're all settled in, mate, let's have a quick look. So we got Tefera Winter, like you said, he's leading the way up in P1, followed by Peter Duke and Wayne Douglas in P2 and P3, followed by Harry Hartley Price, Sam Berry, Hayden Young, and Adam Wilson Weir. We've got Harry 7, 8th out on track, but P1 in class at the moment, so I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. But we've got still over 55 minutes, is a long time. Harry 7, followed by Daniel Paul, Matt Massey, Ryan Clark, James Moore, Elmer Van Beek, James Vardigans, Christopher Haynes, Raymond Van Sutphen, Sean Clark, Jordan Butler, with Quinton Clumpert. They are 19 out on track at the moment. I think Jared Love has come back out. He seems to be back out on track at the moment, sitting about a lap or so behind. So he's got some catching up to do, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think the towing back to the pits, I think would have added an extra couple of minutes to that time, and sadly that has put him a lap down.
No, absolutely, absolutely. No, I did hear that there might have been a jump start, and I'm just trying to find out who that was that did jump start, potentially there. But I know the stewards are going to be having a little look at that. Ah, right, Jimmy, just been confirmed. The Fairer Winter, our pole sitter at the minute, who's number 1 out on track, might have jumped the start there.
Yeah, it was an interesting one because I think like we saw them kind of cross the line, and I think was it Peter Duke was just they all kind of went, but Peter Duke stayed where he was. But then again, it's up to Peter Duke to set the pace going across that start. So I think a lot of people just kind of got ahead of themselves there, and sadly, I think Tefera might have been involved in that, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's under investigation, so we should find out at some point what happens with that, because yeah, he did start the race ahead of the pole sitter essentially.
Exactly that, mate. Now he's currently sitting there still out in P1, a 1:47.8. He has just set the fastest lap, so he's not slow by any means. But let's not hope he did jump that gun a little early, which has given him that nearly 2.5 second head start. But Jimmy, do you want to explain it? Marshmallow in the chat. So what happens if he did? If he did, I'm assuming you Marshmallow. You mean if he did jump the start? What would be the outcome? What would be the stewards looking at there?
Well, I imagine there'll be a time penalty. I'll have to check the rules sheet to see roughly what the time penalty would be. So you'll have to bear with me. I don't know if you want to waffle while I have a look for that.
No, absolutely. But Marshmallow, there is obviously there's points that these guys can accumulate over the race and stuff like that. And when they do make certain errors and certain mistakes, so they'll get they'll get 1 point for going off track. They'll get 2 for losing control, maybe hitting another car, hitting the wall. But if they cause an absolute mental collision that really does affect people out on track, mate, they'll get about 4 points. Once they hit that 20-point mark, they will get a drive-through penalty, which nobody's going to want to be doing out on a very fast track like this. You're not going to want it at any track anyway, but especially a track like this, because as soon as you have to slow down while everybody else is gunning past you, gunning past that pit lane, which you're having to take a little tootle through, not what you're going to be wanting, not what you're going to want to be seeing, mate. Hope that's answered your question on that one, Marshmallow. Jim, if you have found that penalty, maybe let the guys know. But ultimately, it's down to the stewards. I'm glad I'm not a steward. From some of the stuff we've seen over the previous races this season, I'm glad I don't have to make those calls, mate.
Yeah, I had a little look and I couldn't see anything about a rules about a jump start. So yeah, that'll have to be down to the steward's discretion.
There
I'm
you go.
guessing it'll probably be something about a 5 or 10 second penalty, but yeah, we'll have to find out later on.
No, we will,
Um,
Jimmy. But while you were looking at that, mate, we have had a little incident on track. You can see on your leaderboard, Jordan Butler and Raymond Van Sutphen, 18th and 19th at the minute. What has happened here, Jim?
so I'm currently on board with one of them. Seems to be a bit of a big gap. Oh, he just loses it, spins round,
I think that's
gathers
Raymond.
himself. He's on the brakes, and then
Oh,
oh, didn't hold
Raymond's
the
hit him.
brakes.
He's hit my favourite livery, Mr. Controller. Oh, no.
And you're not supposed to have favourites in this race, but
Oh, no,
yeah,
favourites,
yeah.
no, but a
Yeah,
favourite livery,
I was
yes.
just gonna say, yeah, as liveries go, a bit Lightning McQueen action. But yeah, yeah, that's just a shame. I mean, yeah, I think Jordan did everything he could to try and get away from that. That's just unfortunate. So you've
Yeah, they'll
always
have
got to
to.
hold your brakes until everyone has passed.
So they'll have to have a look at that in. I'm sure the stewards will be looking at that one in close detail to see if he did actually hold his brakes or not, because it did look like he was still going backwards across the track as Jordan tried to go around, which I think's caused the problem there.
Yeah, and you can see, is that Jordan kind of back there? Yeah, he's pretty much a lap down now. I mean, I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, when we did some camera angles earlier, I was looking at the front bumpers of these drivers, and I know a few of them tapped the cars sort of in front and behind, and I didn't see any damage or any that much visible damage on any of these cars. So hopefully they should all be pretty much fine to race. I mean, I think it's fair to say that Jordan and Raymond have got a bit of damage at the moment, but I think everyone else out on track should be all right.
No, absolutely, mate, absolutely. And it looks like everybody's kind of just settled in a little bit now. I'm not going to lie. I expected a lot more carnage in the first couple of laps out there with all these drivers so closely bunched up together. But Jimmy, something you touched on whilst we were qualifying, the timings between these guys. Now, yeah, Tefera's got nearly 3 seconds on Peter, and Peter's got just over 3 seconds on Wayne Douglas. That's your top three podiums at the moment. But look at the rest of the times. Look at all that orange and yellow out there, mate.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the closest race that we've had between everyone. Who's just making a move here? Is that Ryan Clark on James Moore? Giving each other nothing on exit. That was a beautiful overtake going on right there, and James Moore looking to make the move right back, but with Elmer Van Beek getting involved as well, he's looking to go for that overtake. Oh, this should be an interesting one. So if they can get close enough coming out of here, they should be able to get the draft down the back straight and then get past each other.
Well, we'll have to see, won't we? Like you said, you've got Elmer trying to chase down James, but it looks like James Vardigan's starting to think about joining the action a couple of seconds behind. He might catch him up really closely here.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. When you start biting, it slows you down a bit overall. I mean, I know we're flat out for most of this track, but when you make moves, you do slow each other down enough that the people behind you can catch up. So yeah,
Can
I mean,
indeed. When you're fighting as well, Jimmy, something that I like, I know it about Monza anyway, and I'm sure people know this, but you can see it on track. You've got grass to the one side. You've
oh,
got James
oh,
Moore taking us
look
right
how
in.
close it got to that wall.
Oh, he's
Oh, nice.
Tokyo
Oh
drifting.
no no.
Tokyo drifting out here. He's kept his car on. He's facing the wrong way, yes, but no damage. Beautiful
I
little
was going for
spin
the
back there,
donuts.
James.
Yeah. You know what? He's not going for race points. He's going for style points today.
Have a
Beautiful
quick
drift.
look.
I mean, look at that when he's just showing off over here, burning a bit of rubber, getting close to that wall. Then he goes, you know what? Screw it. I'll do another little drift for everyone here, and little half donut just to show off a little bit more.
James Moore, thank you very much for giving us that there. I love seeing a bit of Tokyo drifting in these GT3s, especially around a track like this. Sorry, like I was saying, Jimmy, you look at certain sections of this track, you've got grass to the one side with a big metal barrier. You've got the gravel on the other side with a big metal barrier. And also these curbs, look at the size of some of these curbs. You're fighting and you get pushed wide, mate. That is going to really offset all the car, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. You want to be careful, and I mean, especially around these long sweeping corners as well. You can see bits of gravel getting thrown around from when people go off, as we just seen there. Perfect example, as I was talking about it. There's gravel being thrown in here. You're heating up the tires so much that you just lose grip on these long bends. So you got to be careful, but it is a very flat out track. So
Absolutely. And I think it was was it James Moore again, or was that James Vardigans who was just taking a little bit wide in the back of the image there a moment ago. He looked like he hit the gravel, but managed to keep it on. So good luck, boys, because you don't want to be bringing gravel onto the track either. Jimmy, what's going to happen with all that gravel on the track?
It's basically just you lose your grip because you're not on the tarmac. You're gripping onto the gravel, which is moving about. So yeah, so yeah, you got to be careful with that. But you can see it, and the drivers as well. They'll get this. They'll get like a flag warning when there's a lot of debris in a certain area, and it will let the drivers know so they can prepare themselves coming up for these corners if they are going to be a bit slippier.
And again, I'm just going to touch back on this track, Jimmy. It is a phenomenal track for racing on. Long straights, high speed track all over. Like I said earlier, I think some of these cars are going to be reaching over 200 plus miles an hour going down these straights, especially if they're in the draft with someone else. Tell you one thing though I do miss about Monza, and some of your older heads in there, and this is where I'm going to show my age now a little bit. Maybe just before my time. Do you remember the bank corner, James?
The bank corner, the bank
So
corner.
there was a banked corner that they had for a fair few years, but they had to get rid of it, especially when the F1 started going there.
Oh, is that
It
the
was
old
just,
oval part of the track?
it was the old oval part of the track. I tell you what,
Ah,
that's a track that I'd very much love to see these guys go around the oval version of this one. We haven't got it today, we've got the GP version, but that oval part of the track with that massive bank corner in, mate, it just proved too dangerous, especially when the F1 cars started racing here. With the speeds that everyone knows them cars are capable of, they just had to get rid of it, mate.
yeah. I mean, I love watching like people racing around the oval one because essentially when you're racing that oval layout, you get rid of most of the corners. You are just flat the entire time. I mean, you got to think about that. When people used to race that back in, what was it, the 50s? I might be wrong, but
57 is when it opened, Jim. 57 is
57.
when it
Okay.
opened.
I should probably check my notes. We're just going off of memory here.
No, no, hey,
But
you know too much, my mate. You know too much. I like to get to correct you sometimes.
but you think of like even like where we don't have the oval part, and it's just that you have got these corners in there. The cars are running just full pelt the entire time. It really puts the engines through its paces and a lot of technology. But you can really see here where all these cars bunching up. In previous races, 15 minutes in, we'd start to see big gaps forming between everyone. But I mean, you look at the board, all the orange timings are when everyone's within half a second of each other. The yellow is when we're within a second of each other. Most
Well, I'd say,
people are racing other people still. I mean, look how close it is between everyone. If it wasn't for those couple little incidents at the start, I think it would have just been one huge group here.
now we're looking at Sam Berry now trying to chase down the front of the pack. Now, remember last week, Jim? Sam Berry was not out of a race for 60 minutes, mate. Is he going to try and put himself back in that position again? Because I'm pretty sure he must have been sweating intensely after that race. But he's currently chasing down Wayne Douglas in front of him, who's sitting on that P3 spot at the moment. It's just such a great track for racing, and I know it might sound like I'm repeating myself here, guys, but for me, again, it is just a phenomenal race track. I'm not one for road circuits and stuff like that. I like proper tracks, and this is got to be up there in my
Wait,
top
wait. You're
three.
saying road circuits aren't proper tracks? Do you mean the street circuits? Do you street
Street
circuits?
circuits, sorry, street circuits.
Okay.
Stand
I was gonna
corrected.
say.
That's because I corrected you a minute ago, wasn't it, Jim? Now you're just trying to get one back on me. Sorry, viewers, I said the wrong words. But no, street circuits, they're not my bread and butter. They're not my cup of tea. I love tracks like this where you can really put your foot down and go as fast as you want, as fast as you can, with, without getting involved with anyone else, really.
Yeah, I mean, I was just taking a look at the results there. Wasn't it Sam Berry and Wayne Douglas who were the ones who were fighting that entire time
Yes,
last race?
yes,
And
they
now,
were.
once again, Sam Berry putting the pressure on Wayne Douglas for this whole race again. I mean,
I tell you,
Wayne's
Wayne
gonna be
Douglas must be
sick
getting.
of it.
I just want to say he's going to get absolutely sick and tired of seeing that Mercedes in his rear view mirror. He had it last week for nearly 50, 60 minutes, but he's got it again. Sam Berry's not letting him go, but then he's got Harry Hartley-Price right behind them as well. And look at Sam, he's showing his nose, he's letting him know that he's still there. I think he's going to start to go for it possibly in the next lap or so, because I say it every week, you don't need to get the race done immediately. But we're coming up to what? We're 17 minutes down. We're coming up to that 20-minute mark. the third of the way through, you need to start making your moves before the pit stops come into play, because we have seen previous weeks, Jim, where the pit stop has massively changed the layout of the grid and where all these drivers sit when they come out. Are we
Yeah,
undercutting? Are we overcutting this week, do you think?
I think this is one of those ones where you're gonna pit at the very last second possible, because you want to stay as a group, you want to work together, you want to get the slipstream off the other drivers, and you basically just want to get your car as fast and as light as possible. So you want to burn off all that fuel. If you're pitting early, then basically you're just keeping your car heavier. It needs to be, yeah, you'll get a bit of a quicker stop potentially because you won't need to fill up as much, but at the same time you'll be coming out into essentially dead air. Where, I mean, for some people, if you're running in first, it's great to have no one in front of you. But if you are working as a group and they continue to work as a group, pushing each other along, and you come out on your own for a lap, you're going to drop down that pack quite a bit. So I think the drivers are going to be all pitting on at the last possible moment here, kind of around that 30,
Well,
35-minute mark in the race.
my question to you though, Jimmy, with how fast this track is, and obviously it's a lot of foot down on that accelerator, on that gas pedal, we'll say as well. The fuel surely is something these guys have got to be wary of. You are burning so much fuel going so fast for so long. Do you think these guys are going to be having to be a little bit more mindful of their fuel? We've seen it previous races. They've been on the line. We've seen a couple of drivers who've just fell short of that allowance. We even saw one driver go past his pit box and he didn't even have enough to reverse. If you remember that one.
Yeah, I
But
bet he loves you calling him out on that one every week. But
I'm sorry, but it's one of those. Fuel is such a key thing in this. These fixed setups, the fuel is about the only thing these drivers can control.
um, well, not really. The fuel is, I think it's limited to 60%. But I think what's going to work best is if you're, say, in Sam Berry's position here, he's behind Wayne Douglas the entire time. What he can do is, because it's a draft track, he can stay behind and use that extra bit of draft that he's getting to basically pull him along a little bit. So towards the end of the straights, he can lift off, let the draft keep him going, and then he can brake later. So he's not on the throttle the entire time and he's saving fuel to potentially, if he wanted to do an extra lap compared to Wayne Douglas, and the same people behind him can also follow. They're getting that extra lap done. They're building their own group and they're moving away from the leaders and basically putting the leaders in a worse position. So, I mean, there's a lot to think about in these kind of things, but ultimately, I think you'll want to kind of stay as a group, and then maybe the last 15 minutes or so, kind of just start putting your nose in places, kind of like, putting the driver in front of you on edge, and then going for those moves if they make a mistake or go too deep into a corner. But yeah, what's your thoughts?
We'll tell you what, Jimmy. Sorry, what we'll do, we'll jump on board with one of these guys who's fighting at the minute. Probably possibly Sam Berry, maybe Harry Hartley Price. We'll jump on him at the start of the next lap. You know I love to hear it when you call out a lap, Jimmy. So
Okay.
we'll have a little look. We'll have a little discussion after that, mate. But with 20 minutes just over gone, we're still sitting Tefera Winter out on top at the moment with Peter Duke and Wayne Douglas sitting in P2 and P3, followed by Sam Berry, who we're watching at the moment, with Harry Hartley Price just behind him, Adam Wilson Weir, and Hayden Young. Harry 7, 8th on track, P1 in the AMS, and he's still going to be very happy with that. Closely followed by Daniel Paul and Matt Massey. That's rounding out your top 10. You've got Elmer Van Beek, Ryan Clark, Christopher Haynes, James Vardigans, James Moore, Quinton Clumpert, just going ahead of Sean Clark there, but it looks like Sean's putting himself into the pits at the moment, so we'll have to see what happens, maybe. But followed by Jordan Butler, Jared Love, and Raymond Van Sutphen. I don't think Eddie Kugonis has joined us out on track for tonight.
Yeah, so we're just going to go on board quickly and do a little track run through. So on that start-finish straight, you can just see how insanely long this is. And you go into this heavy, heavy braking zone. You can literally see the car moving forwards here, taking a lot of those curves to try and open up those corners as much as possible. Go as wide as you can without touching that gravel. Or touch the gravel and just see how it goes. And then you're back on the throttle, follow it round. You're basically flat out all the way down here. Big open right-hander into another heavy, heavy braking zone where we've got another chicane. You want to be, again, really aggressive on those curves, and you want to track out as wide as you can to carry as much speed through, and going basically onto the gravel again. Then back into this beautiful straight, a little bit here, then you got a nice 90-degree right-hander, very flowing, very open, a lot of camber to pull you round. Nice bit of off track there as well that you can use to your advantage. Same here, lots of camber, pulls you round. And then we got another little mini straight, and great overtaking opportunity, as we can see here from Sam Berry. So it basically, yeah, get the move done. Another massive, you can see how long this track is and why it's so flat out. Then again, here, you want to really tackle these curves, a nice little S-shaped chicane, and then we're going into the sort of back straight here, where this is kind of where I'd say the other main overtaking opportunity is on the track, besides those other two on the start-finish straight. And you just see how long it is here. And you get this massive sweeping right-hander. This is where we saw some of the cars earlier having a bit of trouble with that grip, because you're going so flat out, putting so much load on those tyres. You're basically keeping them on edge because you want to keep the car going as fast as possible. And then we're down that really, really long main straight here. You can see how crazy long it is, and how much opportunity you have to get draft on the cars in front. I think we're going to see Wayne Douglas going for the move here, maybe.
Maybe he's trying to get his move back, because we did see it while you're on board. Sam Berry did get in front of him there. Keep an eye on this just for a second. But I think Sam's got away really nicely there. And I think for now he's kept that. But guys, Sean Clark, as you can see, there's no timeout at the minute. I think he's had a little incident. Shall we have a quick look at that?
Yeah, let's go back and take a little look.
Oh, there he is.
Just is he disconnected?
We'll roll it back. We'll roll it back just so we can have a little look here. As you can see, he has ended up on the gravel. But what's exactly happened?
I think he's getting connection issues, you know. Seems to be blinking a little bit, and then yeah, just goes onto the gravel. I think he might have some connection issues. You can see you can see the gravel still going, but the car wasn't there. So
maybe connection. maybe we'll find out later. I'm sure what's happened there with that one, mate. New top three. Tefera Winter still sitting out on top with Peter Duke in P2 and Sam Berry holding P3 over Wayne Douglas, getting that time up just under 8 tenths at the moment. Pulling on Wayne Douglas behind him, mate. But that was a brilliant move by Sam. We saw it on the board. He's come out to the right of him, gotten right next to him, slotted in front of him, and put himself beautifully in front. And well, now they're chasing down the pack in front of them, aren't they?
Yeah, and I believe that is the lapped car of Sean there in the Porsche. So I think Sean's just moving completely out of the way just to let them pass. But yes, you can see, they're starting to dip into pit lane. That's a bit early, I think, for some of them.
There you go. Tefera Winter, Peter Duke, Wayne Douglas, Harry Hartley-Price, Adam Wilson-Weir, and Hayden Young all diving in. That was pretty much your top 5, top 6 drivers right there. Sam Berry has stayed out. So do you think that draft, what you were saying a moment back, Jim, where he could maybe afford to do that extra lap or two because he was in that draft for so long, has helped him out? It's enabled him to stay out?
Yeah, but I thought he'd have more of the pack with him. I mean, you kind of want to stick with everyone. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where he comes out, because he's going to need a very good lap here. He needs to pretty much be perfect, and then he needs a pretty much perfect pit stop so he doesn't lose the rest of the group.
Sorry, right, I'm just going to jump in there, right. Robert Savage, I think that's one of my favourite comments I've seen. Jimmy, did he hit 88 miles an hour and go back to 1984? Fantastic reference, Back to the Future, absolutely love him. I think he might have done, but he's back out on track. He's back in 2026 with us out in Monza here, racing with the Tanzo Racing Group tonight with sponsors Clark St. James and Fresh Rubber.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I absolutely love that.
Sort of Back to the Future livery going on or something. It's a shame it's the last race of the season, so you can't put one on for next week. Give him like an all sort of chromish kind of looking car. But
that would look brilliant. That would look brilliant. But it's still not going to beat Lightning McQueen out there. I can't help it. When every time I see it, you just know I can't help myself. You know these drivers know it as well. I think some of them actually do it on purpose to get him on view. Just, there he is. Lightning McQueen. There he is. These guys know what they're doing. Thank you for that, Connor, for that one as well, for getting him out on screen, just to make me look a little bit more silly than I always do.
But I am thinking here, though, there you go, Sam Berry dipping into the pit. So they've got 60% fuel on board. It's an hour-long race, but they're sort of pitting around 25 to 27 minutes. Is it that they are going so flat out that they are using up all the fuel? And
Well,
are they
that's
going
what
to
I
have
was
to
getting
do
at
a
earlier.
second pit stop before the end?
That's what I was getting at earlier, Jimmy. With it being so quick and so flat out for majority of this track, that fuel is going to be absolutely being guzzled by these engines. Now I know it when I'm driving down the M6 by my house, and I put my foot down a little bit more on my way to work. I'm using way more fuel than I really can afford to each and every week. Is it going to be happening to these guys out here though? That's what I was trying to say earlier, mate. If you're flat out, you're going to be drinking more and more fuel.
Yeah, because I mean, we saw that Sam Berry, yeah, he made it to that 20, 27-minute mark, and then he's coming back out.
But he's come
I,
back out and
I,
he's
I
still sitting in P3 at the moment.
yeah, and he would have had the best opportunity for saving fuel. So I genuinely think a lot of these drivers are going to have to do a second stop here with about 5, 10 minutes to go.
Now, that's not something me personally I'd want to be doing, Jim. If I'm out here for 60 minutes and I'm in a very good high up position on the leaderboard here, I won't want to be making that second fuel stop, because that's where you could potentially lose your place, lose your points, and lose maybe a little bit of the grip on the championship here, or some of those high up finishing positions, mate.
Yeah, because I mean, fuel saving it's difficult to do. You generally need lots of big straights into heavy braking zones because you can just allow your car to coast and then brake later and just save the fuel. Nice little overtake there from
It,
Christopher. No, not
it was
Christopher Haynes.
No, James Moore
James
on
Moore,
Christopher
sorry.
Haynes. I don't know if you just saw it whilst you were talking there, Jim, but Christopher got in front of James. James got in front of Christopher. Christopher got back up again, and James has took the spot back again. For now, 2 tenths in it though, that could very easily swap back round again.
Yeah, they're definitely having fun out there. I mean, like I said, if you're not in the top three, really going for the prize money. It's the last race of the season. Have a bit of fun. Just go for some silly overtakes. Go for well, not too silly. You don't want to be crashing other people out, but go
Not
for
to,
some fun overtakes. Just have
hey,
a bit of fun.
you've got to, haven't you, mate? You've got to. It's the last race of the season. These guys aren't going to be back with us until March the 16th, so they've got a couple of weeks gap now until that new season does start. Have some fun out there, guys. If you know that you're not going to be up there getting in those prize pool positions, thanks again to Vector Motorsport for that one. If you are not going to be up there in those cash prize positions, have as much fun as you can out there. Keep it safe. Keep everyone else out on track, but just enjoy yourself. It's a game at the end of the day, and these guys are all here for one reason: to have a little bit of fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, if you're not having fun, then why even bother? But so yeah, one thing we also should have touched on as well. So from the stewards, the potential jump start penalty at the start is going to be investigated after the race. So we're just going to assume that Tefera, if he was to finish in the position he is now, that he has won the race. And then, yeah, we'll have to let people know afterwards. But yeah, so we're just going to carry on as if that penalty is not happening, and then we'll just call it as we see it.
What we'll do, obviously, we won't be here next week. Like I said, the season's ending tonight. We won't be there next week to let everybody know maybe what have happened. We'll chuck up a post on the YouTube so you guys know exactly where everybody finished for tonight's race, and in the season standings on their own as well, because I'd want to know if I'd followed it along the whole way.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, so cars starting to spread out a little bit here. I think that pit strategy did separate people a bit, but then I imagine we'll start to see them grouping up a lot more as the time goes on. So we're over halfway now. I mean, I'm really interested to see whether they had to pit again, because if someone has just been fuel saving this entire time, say Quinton here has just been just doing a really good fuel strategy. I mean, is he going to be able to save that 30 seconds or so from going into the pit lane and having to fuel back up?
We'll have to see. We'll have
That
to
could
see,
really
Jimmy.
push him right towards the front.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely have to see, mate, on that one. But with just under 32 minutes gone, currently still sitting out in P1 at the moment is Tefera Winter, just under 6 seconds on Peter Duke, and Sam Berry, obviously lapped a little bit later than the rest of them, managed to keep that P3 when he's come back out. He's chasing down Peter Duke. He's about half a second, just over that on Peter Duke. Is sitting in front of him. A little bit of a gap now to Wayne Douglas. He's took that up from the half a second that we did see when he did take him. Just under 2 seconds now, gap on Wayne Douglas. So I'm sure Sam Berry's very happy so far with his race at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I would be. I mean, yeah, he's really kind of like. I'd say the one thing that Sam has absolutely nailed so far has been that pit strategy.
Yeah.
Basically every race. I mean, apart from Daytona, was it? He had a bit of a mare, but I think outside of that, he's gained a lot of positions and a lot of time through those pits.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Now, James, someone I want to touch on. P8 out on track, P1 in the hands, and P1 in the standings at the moment. Harry Seven, it's a name we keep seeing and keep having to say, who's sitting the top of the leaderboard, isn't he? He's sitting out in P1 again at the moment in the hands. He's looking like a shoe-in. Unless something massively, massively goes wrong for him, I really can't see
Yeah,
him
I'm
throwing
knocking on
this
wood
away.
right now for you, just
Yeah.
so.
No. I've got my hand on the wooden desk in front of me, mate. I've said all of that with my hand touching that wood. I don't want to have jinxed the lad there, but a little bit of damage there.
There's a part of a car sat on track, and it looks like Peter Duke.
Well, he's got the meatball flag, so I think it is his. Oh dear.
So
oh dear.
I
Was
hate to
Peter
say
Duke we
it.
just saw spinning there as well?
We're on board with Harry at the moment. Oh yeah, Peter Duke. Let's see what happened with him. He's missing quite a bit of his car there.
Whoa. What happened there?
Well, I think the damage, as soon as he went on the brakes, has just spun the car around. So he just gets on the gravel. Oh. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. I think he just...
Well, that first little spin, Jamie, he was going down the straight. I can't really see how he's managed to spin himself around there. Maybe a bit of gravel out on track, or
Yeah, well, he hit the
like
gravel on the side going off. So you can see like the tire marks there. So he just gets on the gravel, tries to keep it out, over rotates the car. Instead of just going straight, he's been turning, and then yeah, he just wouldn't be able to save it because Sam Berry was that. Not that that's anything to do with Sam Berry, but I mean, luckily he didn't get collected on that because that'd have been rough for him.
Well, that would have been real rough on him, but he's managed to keep it. Got himself up into P2 now. About just under 7.5 seconds behind Tefera Winter. Got Wayne Douglas now chasing him back down. He's got himself back up on the podium spots there. But
so one thing to mention though, I mean, that is the thing when people are using every millimeter of the track. Eventually, you're going to outdo yourself a little bit, and you're going to get onto that gravel, and yeah, that's just a shame. But they have got
such a dangerous track,
repairs.
isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the drivers do have fast repairs, so when they go in the pit lane, essentially, it won't change fuel, it won't change tires, but you can set yourself once per race to instantly repair the car. Just to get yourself back out there and racing as quick as possible, because sometimes these repairs can take, I mean, damage like that could take 15-20 minutes at minimum. So hopefully he's not going to lose too much time there. Yeah, he's already leaving the pits now. But
there you go.
I mean, fuel-wise, he might still be in the running. If he doesn't have to pit again for fuel, because he's gone back into the pits, topped himself back up. I'm just saying.
No, well, mate, I'm thinking it as well. So I'm just watching Elmer Van Beek here and Ryan Clark having a little side by side on the track as they tear down to turn one here. What's going to happen? Oh, little coming together. Nothing too major though. It looks like
could have left a little bit more space, but I mean,
just a touch. But
they're all fine.
Well
and
himself,
look at it immediately goes out wide to see if you can make that move on him. I think he's going to go the move here. You know, I think he's going to go straight down the inside.
Ryan got it done before they did, and then we're looking now on Elmer chasing him down. He's got him on the inside, like he just says. Took himself in nicely. I think Ryan's just held off just a little bit to avoid. Oh, what's happened there to Ryan Clark?
Oh, I was going to say you could see them ahead of the other two there. They were. I mean, a bit of orange on green action as well.
Oh, I.
So
see what happens. So he looks like he sets himself wide to avoid him, so no contact does happen. Has he come off the curb a little bit too hard? Has he got on the gas a little bit too soon?
Let's see what happens here. So I think he just turned. Just unsettled the car, get on the curb a little bit too much.
I think to me there, Jimmy, that looks like he's maybe got on the accelerator a little bit too soon. And I don't know if you caught it. That his back right just touched the curb there. Now, I don't know if he went as far over as touching that sausage curb there, but that's just unsettled him and sent him spinning right round. That was a lovely little fight from the pair of them, though. There, it was really clean up to that point.
Yeah, I mean, well, you say really clean, as clean as you
We're
really want it
racing.
to be.
We're
Yeah,
racing, Jimmy. They're
sorry, there is.
allowed to trade paint. They're allowed to trade paint. But there you go. So currently still sitting out on top, we've got Tefera Winter. Sam Berry's closing that gap little by little. He's taken about a second off since the last time we had a little look. But Sam Berry's sitting in P2 with Wayne Douglas in P3, followed by Adam Wilson Weir, Harry Hartley Price, and Hayden Young. Harry Seven still sitting in P1 in the AMs at the moment. Closely followed half a second behind him is Daniel Paul, followed by Matthew Massey, Elmer Van Beek, Ryan Clark, who we was just with, James Moore, Quinton Clumpert, Christopher Haynes, James Vardigans, Sean Clark got himself back up there and back into 16th at the moment, followed by Jordan Butler, Peter Duke, Jared Love, and Raymond Van Sutphen. That is your 20 at the moment.
Yeah, so it's been quite a. I think this has probably been the best race we've had so far. I mean, there's been a lot of fighting, a lot of racing going on, which is kind of what you want in a race, to be honest.
38 minutes of racing so far, Jimmy. We've seen it all over the track. Now, we're not seeing as many orange and yellow timing differences between them that we did see immediately at the start, which is going to be quite obvious with them just starting the race. But it's still a lot of racing going out there, and anything can happen in this last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Are they gonna have to pit again for fuel, as you've mentioned? Is there going to be any more coming together? Is anyone going to be hitting those curves and spinning out, hitting the grass, hitting the gravel? Please don't hit a wall either, chaps. But anything can happen here. Look how close they are, Jimmy. You're on board
Jared
with
Love and
Peter Duke at the
there,
moment.
yeah.
Peter Duke with Jared Love and Raymond. Is that Raymond behind him? I think yeah. No, sorry, that's Jordan. No, not Jordan Butler either. But look how close the three of them are at the moment. Especially Peter Duke and Jared Love here.
Yeah, I mean, two pros. I mean, they're basically at the back of the pack. So you might as well have a bit of fun here. Might as well have a bit of racing. Look at him going defensive there. On board with Harry Seven. Is he going to get the move on Daniel Paul? I mean, Daniel Paul getting it into first place, which is quite impressive there.
Very impressive. From a consistent Harry Seven who usually sits there in P1 in the AMs, that's a great little move from Daniel Paul. Harry's going to want that position back, though, isn't he?
Yeah, because we saw that Harry had quite a bit of a lead earlier on before the pits. So yeah, it's interesting to see Daniel Paul managing to kind of do that. I mean, they're 10 seconds off of the pros, but they don't need to worry about them. They can kind of just basically they can just race at this point.
Oh, exactly. It's like you said, Jimmy. They don't need to worry about the pros in front of them. They're in their own little race at the moment. Harry Seven will want that position back. He's just under 4 tenths off of Daniel Paul. He's not letting him go.
Yeah, so Wayne Douglas and Sam Berry are currently fighting. Sam Berry in second place. I mean, who else we got? Harry Seven gaining on Daniel Paul, Peter Duke, and Jared Love. There seems to be the main fights going on at the moment.
Well, James Moore, Quinton Comfort. Oh, sorry, just flagged up as saying they were out, and I think that was just maybe a little eye racing thing there.
Yeah, I mean, this is the part. Like, we're starting to see everyone spreading out a bit. How many people do you reckon now are fuel saving to try and gain that extra, or to not have to worry about the pit stop at the end?
I think it's exactly like you said there, Jim. I think these guys are now going to be fuel saving, especially maybe for the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. Just to make sure they really don't have to go in for that second pit, because even with a couple of seconds, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds that there is between some of them, you're not going to want to lose any time out on track. With how fast it is and how fast these cars are going to fly down. Yeah, mate, exactly that. But you don't want anything to happen, and you especially do not want to be running out of fuel there. But these guys are pedal to the metal, I think. I think everyone says there, and they are absolutely going for it. Harry Seven going for it on Daniel Paul at the moment as well. Consistently sitting around about half a second now. But he's about 4 or 5 tenths off of Daniel Paul in front of him. There you go, brought it back down again. He's really not letting that P1 position go for the AMs, is he?
Yes, we've got Berry Racing in the chat saying, how's it finish if it stays like this? Well, if it stays like this, I believe that'll be Harry Seven will have the overall win in points, and when it be Adam Wilson-Weir would be in second place, I believe.
Yeah, so yeah, I think you are right there, Jim. So I think if it stays exactly as it is, Harry Seven will finish the season in P1. Adam Wilson will follow him in P2, and I think Peter Duke will be in P3 overall, depending what happens with a couple of the other drivers behind Peter Duke. But might be a little bit too late in the season now for anyone to be catching up massively on points.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many of this lot are going to be over the next season, because I feel like as the season's gone on, I think certain drivers have really, I'd say, warmed up, and then their pace has definitely increased. They became better drivers, more consistent drivers, faster drivers, and
No, I agree with you
I,
there, Jimmy. I think it's one of those. I think it's massively improved. I think everybody out on track in one way or another. A couple of drivers who aren't joined us this week, like Jan, we've had with us since the start as well. He's got better and better every week. Didn't have the greatest start to the season. Not with us tonight. I think he's sunning himself in Dubai at the moment there. But no, just back to everyone else. Everyone has massively improved since the start of the season. Now, I'm not saying anybody came into this with absolutely no skill whatsoever. No one did. We said it at the start. All these drivers have got it about them to be able to compete in a league like this. But I think overall, everybody has massively improved, mate. And I tell you, I hope we get all of these drivers back for season 11. Remember, that starts on March the 16th. In a couple of weeks, we will be getting underway there. And definitely a few tracks I think some of our British viewers are going to know, but keep it at that for now. But no, I'm really looking forward to seeing what some of these guys can produce for the rest of this race. We've got just over 15 minutes, and then hopefully, like I says, we're going to keep them into season 11, and we can just see them getting better and better and better.
So just quickly, Barry Racing in the chat. If Adam gets P1, will the points change? Well, currently, with how many points ahead that Harry 7 is, even if he stays in P2, he's getting points in the AM division, whereas Adam will be in the Pro division. So although Adam will still get P1 points if he did get P1, Harry will getting P2 points, essentially being in AM. So Harry 7 will still have the win locked in, and Adam will still have P2.
No, thank you for that, Jimmy. Berry as well. He did actually. Yeah, I did see that post, Berry, from Jan earlier today. He was on the he was jumping off his Can-Am out in Dubai there, mate. By the look of it, he was loving life out in them dunes. I think he's giving himself a little bit of a break this week, and then had a nice, well-deserved holiday by the look of it.
Nah, he needs to pull a Max Verstappen, bring a little rig with him, and get involved. As I say,
Oh, come
can't be
on,
leaving the league with one race to go.
no, absolutely not. And that commitment's just not there for me then, Jim. If he hasn't took his rig out with him, I'm only joking, Jan. If you are watching or you do give us a look at some point. No, I hope you enjoy your holiday, mate, and hopefully we'll see you again next season as well. But Jimmy, at the top of the leaderboard, with just under 15 minutes to go, still got Tefera Winter out in P1, Sam Berry still in P2, and Wayne Douglas still in P3. Adam Wilson we're in P4 with Harry Hartley Price and Hayden Young behind them. Daniel Paul still sitting out in P1 in the AMS at the moment with Harry 7 still chasing him down, 8 tenths off of him at the moment.
Yeah, jealousy is a horrible trait, right? Haha. From Barry Racing there.
Yeah, I haven't been on holiday abroad in about 4 or 5 years. I think pre-COVID was my last abroad holiday through for various different reasons. So yeah, a little bit of jealousy there. One for the Can-Ams and two for the fact that he's driving them out in the dunes in the beautiful sun. Because as we all know, over in England at the moment, we have just had rain every single day this year.
What you mean to tell me you don't like a little bit of rain?
Hey, I'm British, mate. I'm more than used to the rain. It would just be nice to have an absolutely dry day. I'd love to go outside tomorrow when I go to work, Jimmy, and see a nice blue sky, a couple of clouds out there, maybe the sun peeking out for us all. But if we look at here, Jim, Peter Duke, Jared Love going for it at the minute, 2 wide, catching up with Jordan Butler. They're going to take it 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, you can't be doing that.
Oh, and I think John Butler taking the scenic route there.
Very scenic route from Jordan Butler, hitting those curves and going straight over the chicane there. Not too sure he's going to be too happy with that one. He's got the slow down on him. He'll have to drop that down in the over the next lap, a couple of tenths or so, I would imagine. But
Yeah,
it's just
I don't know if you
sorry.
caught it, but I did see Jordan there weaving on the straight just before they at the beginning of the main straight there. I wonder if something had happened, or was it maybe he just lost it and was just trying to collect the car, or maybe move out the way of these guys. But either way, I mean, they're all racing for position. I mean, Jordan doesn't have to give up. Well, there we go. As soon as you say something, it
Said the
happens.
commentator, Jimmy. We know it's going to happen. You've got to be so careful with what you're saying. But
Uh,
no, he's going to get a warning probably for that one, mate, for the weaving out on track.
yeah, there you go. Car number 95, warning for weaving on straight. So, yeah, I'm not sure what that was about, but
Come on,
oh,
Mr. Kachow, you can do better than that.
yeah. So, we're seeing there, Sam Berry not really gaining on Tefera there, but if Tefera does get that jump start penalty, then I think, oh, Wayne Douglas there going in for the second pit.
Is
So,
that a fuel? Now, do you think that's the fuel, James? With just over 12, with just under over 10 minutes to go there, 12 minutes to go on the clock.
I'd say so. I think maybe he's getting in a bit early. I mean, what he could have done though, if he knew that they were going to be a bit underfueled, he might have fueled up even less, keep his car lighter, knowing that he's going to have to pit again, and then
But at that point, are you hoping that the other cars out on track are going to be doing exactly the same as you, just a little bit later, mate? Or do you think it's literally just one of them? Because remember, he had Samberry absolutely chased him down, probably for about 20 minutes straight before he got the move done. And do you think he's used all that fuel, or what you said there, mate? Do you think it's a little bit tactical?
I don't know. I think it might be a bit tactical. I think he's definitely got something planned because yeah, you don't really want to be pitting this early without having a strategy, I'd say, because you basically want to run your fuel down to the absolute bare minimum. But I mean, we did say 5 to 10 minutes left to go. We should see them start to pit again because of when they did pit, sort of around that 50-minute mark. So I'd imagine at the end of this lap, we'll start to see the rest of them come in. So I think for Harry Seven here, I think it's going to be a very important pit because he is obviously going to be gunning for P1,
Yeah.
but he is fighting Daniel Paul for it, and they are within a second of each other. So
I don't think they've been over a second at the very top end of that time there, Jim, away from each other since Daniel Paul got the move done on Harry Seven a few laps back. But he's chasing him down still. But again, it's that fuel. Who's going to have to come back in?
yeah, because I mean, being in, like we saw with Samberry actually, as you mentioned him, when you're behind someone, you get more opportunity to save, and you can potentially eke out an extra lap if you're smart enough with it.
Well, I
So
think that's what we saw, wasn't it? Really, he was behind him for quite a bit of the way. He's eked out that extra bit of a lap, and he got himself up into P2. He took that position
we
P2,
went
and he
very deep into that
maintained
corner.
it.
But they maintained. Well, speaking of maintaining, he did well coming out of there. But yeah, I mean, come to that 50-minute mark. So far, was it Hayden was the only one to come into the pits? Oh no, sorry, Wayne was the only one to come into the pits. So
Have to see over the next few minutes if indeed anyone else does come in. I fully expect there will be a few more cars coming in. Is it going to have a massive impact on the standings here? That's something we're just going to have a look at and see when as and when they do come in. But
yeah,
still sitting with just over 10 minutes, well, just under 10 minutes to go now. It's Fairwinter still leading the way, 5.5 seconds on Sam Berry. He's closely followed by Adam Wilson Weir, followed by Harry Hartley Price, Hayden Young, Daniel Paul, Harry Seven, Wayne Douglas, Matt Massey, and Elman Van Beek. That's your top 10. James Moore, Quinton Clumpert, Ryan Clark, Christopher Hames, James Vardigans, Sean Clark, Jared Love, Peter Duke, and Raymond Van Sotfen. That's your 19 out on track at the moment. Jordan Butler is still in the pits at the moment. Do you think that's his race? Is he going to come back out?
um, he's a lap down already. Still in the pits. It's hard to say. I mean, 10 minutes to go. By the time you come out, you're basically racing on your own. But I don't know. I think you come out, have a little bit of a drive, get back on
Oh,
camera.
I'd come out as long as if he comes back on camera, James. You know what I've got to say. But I think with it being that last race of the season, get yourself back out there and just enjoy the last 10 minutes of this race.
I mean, to be fair, he could be sat there in pit lane just watching it all happen,
Yeah,
like watching the race,
maybe.
watching the race from there. But yeah,
Well,
Sam Berry though,
absolutely.
gaining half a second already on Safari Winter. I think he's
He's
absolutely gunning it down at the end of this race, and we know he's very quick in the pit. So if they do have to pit again, he could potentially make up that time and then get himself into the running
I mean,
for
sorry,
a
Jim,
race
was
win.
just seeing Harry Seven potentially didn't go for it just then. I thought he was going to make a move on Daniel Paul in front of him.
Yeah, showing his nose
Didn't
there.
stick it just yet as they go around
Oh,
the
he's got
chicane,
a
but he's
very
getting a
good run coming out of here.
very good exit there, side by side with him at the moment. Daniel Paul's got the inside though for now, still side by side at the minute though.
Yeah, getting
Is
the
he
move
gonna?
done on the outside. That's yeah, you have to have a lot of speed to go around the outside on that corner. And all he's got to do is brake late here, leave just enough room if he can. No, he's ahead before the braking zone, and
There
there
you
you go.
go.
He has got that win done.
Beautiful
Well,
bit
not
of
the win,
driving
but
there on Harry Seven. No, we know what you meant, James. Daniel Paul though, he's not letting him go. He's showing his nose to him. You can see him left to right behind him. He's letting him know he's still there at the moment. Has to be careful though with Wayne Douglas joining
oh, he's
the
getting,
fight now.
yeah, I think he's gonna get slowed down by Wayne Douglas there. So I think that might have scuppered his chances a little bit. Because if Wayne has got the pace to get past Harry and then just leaves those two with a big gap between them, that could be an issue for him.
No, he definitely couldn't. Daniel Paul will want to get that position back from Wayne, but then will Harry let Wayne go past him when he does catch up to him to keep the fight between the two of them? At this point in the race, with just over 5 minutes to go, I if I was Harry Seven, I'd want Wayne Douglas sitting exactly where he is right now, keeping Daniel Paul away from my P1 position.
Yeah, so is that someone else coming out the pits there that looked like some of the Aston Martins there? Was that James Moore potentially coming back out?
Potentially, James
But then,
Vardigan's, I think it was, coming back out.
yeah, James Vardigan's there, yeah. So coming out the pits, he might have gone in for a fuel stop there. So Daniel Paul is in the pits. Okay, this could be very big for strategy here because then that leaves it all down to Harry Seven potentially having to basically fend off Wayne. So he's just got to hope that Wayne doesn't slow him down this lap. He needs a heck of a, I mean, not just Wayne behind him. He's got
Matt Massey as well there.
yeah. Well, I don't think that is Matt Matthew.
Is
Massey's
that Matt
further
Massey?
behind. I think
Sorry,
that's a lapped car behind
or
him,
is that
isn't
a
that?
lap? My apologies. That might be
Yes, I
is
was
that
going to say, is it Jared Love? So he's potentially got two very fast drivers coming up behind him who might be looking to go for an overtake. There you go, Wayne Douglas showing his nose a little bit there. He is potentially going to go for that move. So Harry has to play this very smart to not lose time, but also he needs to kind of let these guys know that he's going to be pitting if he is going to pit and when, because you don't want someone going up on your inside when you've got no fuel left and you need to go into that pit lane. So
that's the last thing
hopefully,
you'll want. You do
yeah,
not want a car sitting on your inside if you're trying to get into that pit lane. That's just going to cause you all kind of problems. He doesn't get to go in, and he does need that fuel, Jim. We might see him have a little stop out on track there as he if he does, and he slow down for us. But
yeah,
that's
this
not
could
what
be a
he's going to
very
want, is
interesting
it?
situation here. I mean, Wayne Douglas, yeah, very smart, let Wayne past, but I think because Jared is essentially blue flagged for him, he probably won't be looking to make that move to overtake just yet. So this might be pretty good for Harry. Although I imagine Harry's going to want to leave a little bit of a gap just so he can get the pit entrance that he wants.
Absolutely. But see, if I was Harry Seven there, I'd pretty much do exactly that with Daniel Paul jumping in the way that he did a minute ago, and with the gap that he's got on Matt Massey sitting in P2
Oh,
behind
he's
him in the
staying out
gap.
still.
I'd want Wayne out the way now. I said a moment ago I'd want him to stick right in between me and Daniel Paul, but I'd want him out of the way just so I can make sure I can finish my race in P1.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, let Wayne pass, but then also, I mean, tactically, using the slipstream of Wayne to get you a bit of extra speed through here. So he might be using this to his advantage, and he might be able to pull a little bit more of a gap to Daniel Paul there.
Well, he's currently got Matt Massey sitting in P2 and Elmer Van Beek in P3. Daniel Paul's down to P4, obviously with that pit at the moment. But what's he got there? He's got 6.2, 6.3 seconds on P2 in Matt Massey at the moment. I'd do exactly that. I'd try and keep myself as close as I could to Wayne Douglas and utilise that draft.
Yeah, seeing James Moore there coming into the pit lane as well. Not that many coming into the pit lane than I'd have thought. It's quite spread out, so oh, it's going to get interesting because we're really running out of laps here. I think this is going to be the tell if he jumps in now or if he stays out. So we'll have to keep an eye on him still. I mean, no one's really battling on track quite at the moment, so it'd be worth keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, we'll follow along, but with just over 3 minutes to go, Jimmy, if he's going to go in, he's got to come in this lap, surely.
Yeah, I thought they'd have been in already, so This could be interesting. This maybe it has scuppered everyone a little bit. Those people that came in early to get that extra fuel, they might not have needed it, or we're going to see everyone run out of fuel in the last lap, and then have 3 people crossing the line. I mean, it's anything can happen right now.
No, definitely, it's one of those, Jimmy. As we go into the last few minutes of this race, we're going to keep an eye on these two at the moment. Well, on Harry 7 at the moment. See what he does. He doesn't come in. Does not come in there, Jim. So, are we thinking he's going to finish the race and not come in again? Because surely, with just over 2 minutes to go, I wouldn't expect him to come back in. Massey's come in though.
Yeah, Matt Massey's come in, but he is the pretty much only one so far on this lap.
I think that scene. Sorry, I just think seeing Jordan Butler still sat there at the moment in his Lightning McQueen livery. I think that pretty much answers that question. A few
4
minutes
laps
ago.
down. He is, yeah, he's very much out of this, out of the race at the moment. But
G68XR on the chat says he ain't going in.
yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell though because they had to pit so early that did they just have loads of fuel on board? Have they just been fuel saving the entire time?
Well, it's not something I definitely. Well, I say that it's a difficult one with how fast this track is. Fuel saving has got to be in your brain a little bit as you're flying around this circuit lap after lap for the past 58.5 minutes now. But I tell you, Jim, if he's managed to fuel save the way he has and compete the way that he has, that's a brilliant drive from Harry 7 there.
Yeah, it's a brilliant drive from a lot of them. I mean, I think Wayne Douglas is probably going to be annoyed with himself. The fact that he did that extra pit very early on, didn't he? He pitted around the 45-minute mark for the second time. So, yeah, we basically got pretty much 1, maybe 2 laps left to go. Also, Harry 7 only losing 1 position overall this race, but maintaining first in AMS is pretty impressive.
Very impressive there, very impressive. See Harry Hartley Price on the side of your screen. He's gone into the pit lane now, which allowed Hayden to jump up to P4 at the moment. And the fuel, I think, might have gotten a bit there. So that's definitely going to affect his finishing position out on track at the moment. He's coming back out currently in 7th. Is he going to? Yeah, he's going to keep 7th. Oh, he's black. Got a
Oh,
bit of a
Harry
black
Hartley
flag.
Price got a black flag.
Do
Did he
we think
speed in the pit lane there, I think, actually? He might have sped on entry. So he's going to probably have to sit and serve that penalty.
the chat saying Elite Spectra Strat no pit for Harry.
Yeah, I mean, if he can pull it off, I mean, to those that have pulled it off, that is very, very impressive. I mean, fair play to them. Because, I mean, the amount of fuel saving that Tavares had to do here, because he pitted 25 minutes in, so he's had to go really long on the tank that he's got at the moment.
All right, Jimmy, we're at that 60-minute mark. Let's sit on board with our leader and let's have a look as he comes round to finish this race off in P1.
That is, yeah, some really good strategies going on from people there. Some really good driving to maintain that. I mean, you could see Tefera definitely fuel saving. The fact he lost 2 seconds overall to Sam Berry there towards the end, but fair play to him. He's done a great drive here, and yeah, come around the last bend down the main straight, little wiggle,
Back of
little
the
flash.
lights. Yeah.
And you can see Sam Berry in the background there, also doing his little wiggle, little flash as well.
I tell you
Nice
what, he's
P1,
got it down to
P2
under
there.
4 seconds there, Jimmy. He flew Sam Berry did up to fair edge. I just don't think he gave himself enough time there.
Oh, look at that! Two teammates crossing the line at the same time. That was
What you love to
that was
see.
quite nice from those two.
Look at that, brilliant. What we like to see, don't we?
So we go Hayden Young just crossing the line now. He's had a good drive as well. He did some crazy overtakes at the start, which was quite fun to watch. And there you go, Harry 7 P1 in AMS, and I think I don't want to call it just yet, but you know, let's save that for excitement for afterwards.
Absolutely, but that is a brilliant drive from both the race leaders there in Harry 7 and Tefera Winter. As we watch sitting on board with Daniel Paul, who's going to come over the line in P2 in the class. Very, very good drive from him there. Seems to have got his positions back with those other pits, and there you go over the line. Matt Massey not too far behind him, Jimmy, in that lovely Mercedes coming over in P3 for class.
Yeah, and then Elmer Van Beek just coming around now, coming that big bend right towards the end. And then down to that start finish straight to get him his 9th place. Little wiggle, little flash. So I mean, this has been a really good race, I think, from everyone. I mean, you can see the gap there, 27 seconds between Daniel Paul and Harry Seven. That's just how much that pit strategy and that fuel strategy managed to do for Harry Seven there, gaining 27 seconds
There you go.
on that position. So
Phenomenal. As we see Quinton Comfort come over the line, and that is the last of the drivers out on track. Now, Jimmy, I know you've just seen what I've seen. It's been confirmed to us. Shall we let the guys know who has won and who has taken the crown and the cash prizes for this season?
yeah, I mean, watch that. Look at that, Spectred Boys out there having a nice little donut session. I mean,
That is
well deserved from everyone there. I mean, I think everyone should take the time this season just to give themselves a pat on the back. So yeah,
tell you what.
before we
Before
call
the
out the
final,
race, well,
yeah,
I'll say before we call out, actually no, let's call out the race results, build up a bit
yeah.
more suspense, and then we'll call out the first and second place for that massive prize pool at the end. So starting in first place of this race, we have Tefera Winter, followed by Sam Barry, Adam Wilson Weir, Hayden Young, Wayne Douglas, Harry Seven, Daniel Paul, Matthew Massey, Elmer Van Beek, Ryan Clark, Christopher Haynes, Quinton Clumpert, Harry Hartley Price, James Moore, James Vardigans, Jared Love, Peter Duke, and Sean Clark.
Well, James, we've
And then,
oh,
sorry,
go
just
on.
let me finish.
Jumping the gun, I'm jumping the gun. I'm so excited.
Raymond Van Zutphen and Jordan Butler finish out your top 20. So,
Right.
first place, £500. Drum roll, please, Gaz, if you can.
There you go.
We
It
have
is. Go on, say his name.
Mr. Harry Seven. Well done to you. £500. Just phenomenal season. So, Mr. Consistency right there. He has done a fantastic job this season.
Well
Just
done,
faultless,
Harry.
utterly faultless. So, well done to him. In second place, we have. Do you want to take it away, guys?
In second place, taking home that £100 cash prize is going to be a Mr. Adam Wilson Weir as well. Congratulations to you as well, my man. We are going to have a chat with you in a second. But first, I want to get our overall championship winner in this chat with us. I want to have a couple of words with him. So shall we bring Mr. Harry Seven in here with us right now, Jim?
Yep, let's bring him in.
Harry Seven, my man, P1 on track in the AMS today, P1 in the championship. You have won this season, my mate. Congratulations. Well done. How the devil are you feeling, my mate?
Cheers, guys. Well, unbelievable. That was actually quite intense on fuel and everything. So, just sat here in a puddle of my own mess, to be frank, without being too descriptive. But yeah, no, it's mega. It's great. No, it's good.
No, mate,
How tight was the fuel, if you don't mind me asking, towards the end there?
we were trying to
Uh,
figure it out. We were trying to figure if you'd have to come in and pit or not, but obviously not.
no, well, fortunately, I noticed early enough, and then Dan Poole did a favour by overtaking me, so I was then able to save in his toe. So I think I finished with about half a lap of fuel
Oh,
in the end,
that's not
which
too bad.
had it not been for Dan overtaking me, it might have been squeaky bum time. So yeah, no, he did me an absolute solid. So yeah, shout out to Dan Poole for that.
No,
But
well,
yeah, I
well done,
mean,
mate.
what a phenomenal season you've had. I mean, we've called it across the previous races. Just the consistency is just been.
Mr. Consistent. Mr.
Yeah.
Consistent
I'll
is
take
kind of
that. I'll
what
take that.
we labelled you as recently, mate. But one thing I've do got to ask you as well. Am class, come on.
Yeah,
Really?
I think I might be getting a punt up next season. You know,
I think you
so
will be, mate. I think
think
you will be.
I think I'll be struggling to try and put an argument to Sean and the guys for that one. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to learn to I'm gonna have to learn how to drive next season.
Well, we said it, mate. You've been Mr. Consistent. So you say you've got to learn how to drive. That's got to be whatever you think you need to improve on, mate. We've seen
Oh,
it
those
week after
pros are
week
rapid.
from you.
They're aliens. Those guys are different levels. So we'll mix it up with them. We'll show them a few things.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you and the Spectre boys, seeing what you can bring to us next season. Obviously, that starts March 16th, mate. You're going to be joining us for that one, though, aren't you?
Oh yeah, no, I'll be back now. Best GT3 series on iRacing. So yeah, no, I'll be back.
That is phenomenal, mate. Phenomenal. Right, I'm not going to keep you for too long, mate. I'm going to let you go in a second. But before we do let you go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody you want to thank, my mate?
Uh, well, it's just everyone behind the scenes, like sponsors, Sean, you guys, just everyone that sort of makes this league work. Like, shout out to everyone along the lines there. I mean, I probably should also shout out to my other half as well, who sort of when I go missing every Monday evening. So, but yeah, no, it's everyone behind the scenes, and to everybody takes part in it. Without everyone there, it's not what it is. So yeah, thanks to all of those guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. I don't know if she's aware of the cash prize you just won, but you owe her a nice dinner out, I think, next Monday.
Yeah, she's already inferred that might be the case. So yeah, no, cheers for that. Cheers for putting that one out on YouTube as well. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome, my mate. You're very welcome. We're going to let you go, Harry. Again,
Cheers, gents.
congratulations from the pair of us, mate.
Yeah,
Well done,
huge
and we shall see
congratulations,
you.
mate.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks, my mate.
See you later, boys.
See you later, buddy. Brilliant drive from him there, Jimmy. Brilliant drive. But shall we get Miss Adam Wilson Weir, our overall P2 in here?
Yep, let's have a chat with him now.
Adam Wilson Weir, congratulations, my mate. P2 overall. Nice little cash prize for you. How are you feeling today, bud?
Really surprised. I mean, the Lambo was absolutely terrible here. Like, there's nothing I could do, especially with all them guys in the big cars, you know. But I hung in there, had this real save at the end, and lucky enough I did.
Yeah, I mean, you've had great pace this entire season. I mean, do you put much practice in? Do you how much are you prepping in advance for these kind of races?
It's very tough for this season because I've got like 3 other leagues on in the background as well, plus this one. So I didn't. I must have had like maybe 15 laps on Monza, but like I mean, everyone knows Monza, so it's not too big of a deal. Um, but I try and get as much practice in as I can, but sometimes it just can't. So
Well, you've obviously been consistent over the season, mate. You finished P2 overall, so you're not doing anything massively wrong there. The way I see it, mate, you've held your own. You've been brilliant to watch all season long, mate. I know you don't like that Lambo too much, like you just says. It's a horrible car to drive around here, but you've done really, really well, mate. You've had a good race today, and again, you're P2 overall, mate. You've got to be happy with that.
yeah, buzzing over the moon. Like I mean, I wasn't really here for the cash or anything. It was more for the pro championship because it's more of a resume from CV for going forward. I really wanted the championship for a win anyway for my class. But the cash prize is bonus, and I can't thank the sponsors enough for that. I mean, really appreciate that.
No, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Look, we're not going to keep you guys for too long in these chats. We know you want to crack on and get on with whatever you're doing, and maybe go and have a little bit of a celebratory beer if that's your kind of thing, mate. But before we let you go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, well, I want to thank you guys. I mean, you've done a fantastic job all season commentating and providing the action for us. It's good to
Oh,
watch
thank
back.
you.
Oh,
And
thank you
Thank you very
very much.
much.
Also the admins as well for hosting the series. I mean, it's been a fantastic series, really good racing, really clean, and the competitions. You've seen it yourself. There's some really fast drivers in here, so I mean, it's been great. I've really enjoyed myself. Thank you.
No worries, mate. No worries. Well, you go and have yourself a nice hard-earned beer, cup of tea, or just have a lie down, whatever you want to do, my mate. But again, well done. Congratulations on the P2 overall this season, mate. One last question for you, though. Will you be joining us in a few weeks for the start of season 11?
It's funny, the guys in the other room were just asking me. My calendar is really stacked at the minute. I've got really big leagues coming up here, so I don't know if I have the time to commit, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, mate. Well, hopefully your time can open up, mate. But for now, we're going to let you go, and hopefully we'll see you in a few weeks. But again, congratulations, mate. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you
enjoy
very
that.
much.
Enjoy that P2.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Brilliant from both of those, mate. Brilliant from both of those.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal.
Now, shall we speak to our race winner for today? Shall we speak to a Mr. Tefera Winter?
Oh, absolutely. We got to bring him in here. I mean, he did a great job out on track today.
He
How are you
did.
doing, sir?
Tefera, how are you, sir? Well done on the win today, my mate.
Yeah, thanks. I'm pretty well. Race went also pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so how are
held.
you guys doing?
Mate, we are brilliant, but we're not here to talk about us, my mate. We're here to talk about you. You had a brilliant race today, P1, and you stuck it for the entire race, my mate. You are just an animal. We said it when you joined us. You joined us late in the season, and you have just impressed us. week after week, you've just got better and better. And you've shown us that you're not just a one-track man, a two-track man, a three-track man. You are performing well across the board, my mate. Like, how are you feeling on that P1 though today?
Yeah, pretty good. I took the start. Like the start was a bit weird because normally the lights go like off when at the first line, but for some reason it went on the second line, so a bit of confusion there. But yeah, had a good start and then actually just managed the pace from that point on.
No, well done again, my mate. You've had a brilliant. You've joined us and absolutely outperformed a few others, mate. You've done absolutely brilliantly again, mate. Question I've got for you: will you be joining us in a couple of weeks for the start of season 11 on March 16th?
To be honest, I have no idea. I want to, but I don't own all the tracks, so yeah, I don't know if I
Oh, well,
wanna buy all those tracks. I have to see. Who knows?
no worries, mate. Well, hopefully we can see you next season. Because me personally, I know Jimmy will agree with me here. We'd love to see you over a full season, mate, just to see what you really are capable of. I said it a minute ago. You've really impressed myself, mate, since you've joined us, and it's you're definitely a driver that I'd love to see out on track again.
Yeah, thank you. Love to hear that.
No worries. But before we let you go, Tefera, anyone you want to give a shout out to? Anyone you want to say thank you to?
Yeah, my team after all. So yeah, they are great guys, and they help me a lot with everything. So yeah, shout out to them.
No, well, there you go, my mate. Well, you go and enjoy a well-earned rest because that must have been a long 60 minutes for you leading the pack out there, mate. So go and have a good one. Go and have a chill out and go and do whatever you need to do to relax. And hopefully we will see you in a couple of weeks, my mate.
All right.
No worries, mate. You take care.
Yeah, you too, guys.
See you later, mate.
So who should we bring in next? We've got Daniel Poole here, so we could chat with him. He was our
Yeah.
P2 in the AM division this race.
Daniel Paul, well done. P2 in class today, my mate. How you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you guys anyway? Enjoy that?
Oh, mate,
it's a
absolutely
great
loved
race
it.
to watch for us. It was
We
insane.
loved that race. It was brilliant to watch, mate, from start to finish. And you gave us some excitement there, especially when you got ahead of Sari 7 there towards the end of the race there. Thought you might have kept it on the end, but no, P2 today, mate, you've got to be happy with that, though, surely.
Yeah, I think going into it, Harry was out of my league tonight. He was just too good. I only overtook him because he was saving fuel, and he managed to save a hell lot of fuel. And when I twigged on, I just thought, sod it, I'll just go for it. And then I know I had to do a splash and dash towards the end. I just hoped that Matthew had done it as well. And he did. So that was great.
There you go, mate. You've done brilliantly today. You've done brilliantly all season, my mate. You've been someone we've very much enjoyed watching this whole season through since we've been with you guys. But
guys, oh,
no, come on, you're gonna make me well up here. But no,
Get us champion.
But no, mate. Honestly, you've really performed really well today. You gave us some great viewing there when you was scrapping with Harry 7 there as well. It was something really interesting to watch. But won't keep you for too long, my mate. We'll let you go. But before we do, a couple of questions for you. One, are you going to be joining us for season 11 in a couple of weeks?
I'm not 100% at the moment due to work, but I hope to be.
It's that 9 to 5. It just ruins it for everybody, doesn't it? but no,
Gets in the goddamn way.
Oh, there you go. But hopefully, mate, we can see you in a couple of weeks when we do start up again on March the 16th. But last one, before we let you go, mate, anyone you want to give a shout out to, anyone you want to say thank you to?
Just you guys again for doing such a wonderful job with the broadcast, and to everyone, TRG again, they've been fantastic. Also to my girlfriend, because she wanted the shout out last week and she was disappointed that she didn't get one. So there you go.
There you go. Do you want to give her a proper shout out, say her name and everything, mate?
Nah, that's enough.
I thought it might be. But no,
also,
mate. Again,
well done to the champions. They thoroughly deserved it. Right, take care, guys.
Take care, my mate. We'll see you hopefully in a couple of weeks.
Fingers crossed. Ta-da.
See you later, mate. Right, I think we've got time for one more, Jimmy. Shall we bring in a Mr. Sam Berry?
Let's bring him and have a little chat. Sam, how's it going on?
Hola, how are you?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Mine just goes to, I don't know anything more than that.
That's all right, my mate. That's all right.
How are you?
We're very well, Sam, but we're not here to talk about us, mate. How are you feeling today? You had a great race today, and honestly, I said it to a couple of others, but we've really, really enjoyed watching you this season. You have been phenomenal to watch, and
I
you've given us some
appreciate it.
absolute brilliant viewing. But you don't let drivers in front of you go too easily, do you, mate? There's something about you that you just do not let them get about a second in front of you. You performed really well today as well, my mate. And we were watching it the whole way through. Spent a lot of time on board with you, my mate.
I
How are you
appreciate that.
feeling
Thank
though?
you. Yeah, I feel good, mate. That was a good race, to be honest. I knew the Merc wouldn't be great on fuel around there, so yeah, at the start, I just chilled behind Harry Price for a bit. I think we're kind of friends outside of the league as well, so he kind of let me past, and then yeah, I sat behind. I think it was it Peter Duke I sat behind? No, Wayne Douglas I sat behind for a while,
Wayne.
and
Yeah, we did
yeah,
notice that you and Wayne seem to have had a bit of a rivalry going on this season. I mean, especially going from
from the
VIR
last
last
race.
week. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where you were just up his bumper the entire time. And then going into this race as well, we were just watching you at the start where you were just up his bumper the entire time.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
so I was saving fuel behind him for a bit just to kind of try and get out of that obviously the pit stop with kind of a bit of an advantage on everyone else. So yeah, I ended up waiting that extra going the extra lap. And yeah, it worked out. I had to fuel save a little bit and then um yeah, I ended up being behind Peter and he span out of the chicane. I think he clipped the curb a bit too much, but
Yeah,
yeah,
just a
I
hairy
just
on that curb.
yeah, I just slowed down. It was such a slow incident because he was kind of going. I was like, oh, he's got it. And then he lost it. And then I had to slam on a little bit, but to not hit him. But yeah, it was a good race. I enjoyed it. And then it was just kind of trying to manage until the end. But yeah, P2 for the last race is, I'm happy with that.
Well, again, mate, well done for this season. You've done really, really well. Got two questions before I let you go, though. Are you going
Yeah,
to be joining us for season 11 starting on March 16th?
I should be, yes.
Good man. What I like to hear. See some more exciting action from you. And
Hopefully.
last one for you, mate. Anyone you want to say thank you to or give a shout out to before we do let you go?
Yeah, yourselves, because I would watch the broadcast back usually the day after, and yeah, you've been complimenting me throughout the last few races with with the drivers. So I appreciate you guys for broadcasting it. Obviously, Shawnee for putting the league on. The guys that watch our stream with us, and also the same, the sponsors that I mentioned last time, the IMB Raceway guys and the SimWorks UK guys. And yeah, overall, just enjoyed it. Enjoyed the season. Enjoyed watching the broadcast back and chatting to you guys when I finally got on the podium a few
There you
times.
go. Well, well,
So
hopefully,
yeah,
mate, we can speak to you a couple more times if you do decide to join us in a couple of weeks on March 16th. But we're going to
yeah.
let you go, mate. So again, well done for tonight. Thank you for some thrilling racing this season, bud.
No worries, guys. Thank you very much.
See you later, mate.
Cheers.
So that would be checkered flag here at Monza in lovely Italy, and that would be checkered flag from us at Trackside Broadcasting. What a season it's been. It's been amazing to commentate on, amazing driving here. I mean, big thank you to everyone watching and everyone who took part as well. Gaz, any final words?
Jimmy, thank you, mate. From myself, you, and Connor, who sits behind the scenes, who makes all this possible for us. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart because I've absolutely loved being a part of it this season. Thank you to all the drivers. Thank you to everybody who sat at home watching us waffle on every single race for over an hour and a half each week and just been with us the whole way through. Thanks again to the Tanzo Racing Group and all the sponsors, Fresh Rubber, Clark St. James Motorsport, and Vector Motorsport for putting up the prize pool as well and just for getting this whole thing going. Get them on all of their social medias, guys. Show your support so that we can keep doing what we're doing every single week for you. But please also make sure you drop us a like and subscribe here at Trackside Broadcasting. Hit the bell icon. You'll never, ever miss a race with us. We will see you again on March the 16th as we get ready to do it all over again for season 11. But until then, guys, have a great evening for everyone that's been with us. Enjoy the break, and we shall catch you on the next one. Good night from every single one of us here at Trackside Broadcasting.